The Indian cricket team will have little over 2 months to prepare for the upcoming ODI World Cup in October. While the Indian squad selection hangs in balance, do India's arch rivals Pakistan have a better squad and are big contenders for the World Cup? Hello and a warm welcome to this edition of WION Podcast. I'm Aditya Pimpale, and joining me today once again is Aditya Sahay as we speak on the heated debate on who has the better squad and are Pakistan the contenders for the ODI World Cup. So hello Aditya, hope you're doing well, and here we are, the chaos of India-Pakistan game, it has now been shifted to 14th of October, and amid all of those things, we are here to talk about the squads, and generally, we saw India winning that West Indies series 2-1, but what is your general feeling about India's squad as we start off first with you?
Well, I think the squad, we have a good squad. Even our second string side is good. But then it's not just about being good. We are waiting for the ICC title since forever now. Haven't won anything since 2013. The squad is pretty good. I would say we are right up there among the favourites. And plus the World Cup, the forthcoming World Cup will be held at home. So obviously it will increase our chances. At this point, the squad is good. Even if I'm not considering or counting KL Rahul, Shreyas Iyer and Bumrah, but once these guys come back, it will again become stronger. But the thing is, and the main issue that has been for India over these last 10 years has been the problem of plenty. How they manage it, how they get the combination right and play the right players at the right position. That matters more than however strong your squad is. I think what matters actually is where you play your players, how you use them. That has been our main problem.
I guess just going back to the 2011 edition of the World Cup, we had a very good squad that time, and it wasn't just about the squad, we knew what our playing 11 was months ago, 7-8 months ago. We didn't even experiment. We just had that tale, that we are going to show up a second string squad in countries like Zimbabwe and others, but we knew what our playing 11 was. But when I look at this Indian team and with the World Cup just a little over a couple of months to go, do we even know our playing 11? Because there are real big question marks in this team.
Well, yeah, I don't think we know. I mean, injuries have also not helped us by any mean. I mean, I would back Rahul and Rohit in that case. I mean, I would sympathize with them because injuries, had KL, Iyer and Bumrah not been injured for as long as they have been, probably we might have figured out our 11 by now. As per Ravindra Jadeja's admission before the third ODI versus West Indies, he said that we know our combination for the Asia Cup and pretty much for the future also. I mean, he was indicating for the World Cup. So they think they know, but as viewers we are not very confident. But the thing actually is that with this ICC tournaments being held every year now, it has become a big problem now how to manage your resources, which player to play in which format. In our team, Indian team, the biggest issue has been that we don't change our team so much. I mean, England has a separate white ball team altogether. Our team has been separate in terms of few players being test specialists during the Virat Kohli captaincy era also. But by and large, we still have a very similar team in all three formats. I mean, especially in tests and ODIs also. So those things have been an issue. It's not easy to plan for one ICC event when you're playing back to back. I mean, there's a test format, there's a World Test Championship now. The T20 World Cup is every year almost, and then the ODI World Cup. This has been a problem for India. I mean, they have not been able to manage all that.
I guess we saw that in the West Indies tour, if you know what your best playing 11 is, just make sure that you bring them into the playing 11, Rohit Sharma wasn't playing, Virat Kohli wasn't playing, there are still question marks on Jasprit Bumrah, yes, there are speculations that, not just speculations, he will be leading in the Ireland tour, but then again, you never know, what is wrong with his fitness issues. But if they did not know what their playing 11 was, then why are they even keeping Virat and Rohit out of the team? Because that actually made no sense. They lost to a team that has not even qualified for the ODI World Cup.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're right in that. I think the rest to Virat and Rohit happened, that whole episode, that just exposed the miscommunication or probably no communication between the selectors and the captain and coach. I don't know how much the captain and coach can interfere. I mean, it's hard to believe in Indian cricket the captain and coach do not call the shots, and even in selections. I mean, I'm pretty sure they give them the selectors that this is what the players we kind of are looking forward to. So, I mean, I don't know if there was had there been a clear communication, Rohit and Virat would not have even stayed beyond the test series. So they did, but then the team felt that they were never needed there, so they rested them. or maybe, and there might have been some niggle or something which has been hidden from us. So we can't say anything. There is just no communication from Indian cricket. We don't even expect that now, since the past 6-7 years. And they take a lot of pride in that. I don't know why.
I guess in last podcast you mentioned that the new term for drop is rested. So, if you just want to drop someone, just use the word rested and make sure that they are out of the team. But again, the main cause of concern was Akshar Patel was batting at 4, Ishan Kishan opening with Shubman Gill. I'm not saying that these are bad combinations, but then, if you are trying to put up a theory of the left-handers to be accommodated in the Indian squad, there is no sense of experimenting at this late stage, because you need to know what is your best playing 11 is. Does it even make sense to bring in Akshar Patel at 4, just because you wanted to accommodate someone as a left-hander? You have someone like Ravindra Jadeja as well, and Ishan Kishan, we are still not unsure whether he will be in the playing 11 or not. So are these kind of experimenting just showing that there are loopholes in this Indian team?
Well, I think more than that, what was eye-catching was how they used that combination in the batting order. Because they probably went with the right-left combination, but then if you're playing your second-string players, and I don't have any problem with that Rahul Dravid said that they want their fringe players to get some game time, so that in case KL Rahul, Shreyas Iyer do not get fit, so they can chip in and they can play the World Cup, because World Cup is a different ball game altogether. So that part they were right, but then when they played that match, they were not looking at the longer picture, what they were actually planning to. Because if you're looking at the longer picture, you should have played Samsung right from the from number 4 at the number 4 position only from the first game. He played at number 4 in the last game, if I'm not wrong. So if you're playing your players, play them only at the position where you feel that they will be used in case the main players do not turn up fit. So that was the main issue. You go with your right-left combination, we don't have a problem. That much cricketing sense I think we all have now. But then if you are trying to give them the game time and just playing them, even if they don't score runs, but you have to play them so that they get some game under the belt. So it has to be at the same position where they will be used in case the need arises.
I think, Aditya, if I am to pass my opinion on this, Rahul Dravid has to learn something of a lesson. He was part of that Indian team back in 2007, chaos under Greg Chappell, as we all know. Indian team experimented. They brought in Sehwag at number 3 in that Bermuda game. They had Sachin Tendulkar playing at number 4. So you didn't know what your best combination was. Robin Uthappa, I guess, went to the West Indies just on the back of one good performance against England before that 2007 World Cup. And in 2011 World Cup, Sachin and Virendra Sehwag were your opening pair, and they were playing together for the last 3-4 years. So that is the thing, Injuries was also a big issue in 2011. Shrishant came in for Praveen Kumar late on, but then again you knew what the plan was, and I really don't think that this Indian team has a very clear idea about what they are doing. Bumrah, do they even have a backup for just Bumrah? What do you think about the bowling department? I guess they have a very balanced bowling department as well, but then again, do you really think that they are capable enough of matching someone like Shaheen Shah Afridi, because the opposition camp has been lethal as well?
If you talk about Pakistan, they have been very good. They have a solid squad up their sleeves, and they are pretty much a contender for the top 4 finish in the World Cup. Even in the Asia Cup, I think they should reach the final. This probably should be the first edition where we get an India-Pakistan Asia Cup final. We were expecting it in the last year also, but then India surprised us. But I am hoping the 50-over format, we won't have that many surprises, and India should sail through and play the final for the first time in the Asia Cup. And coming back to Pakistan squad, yes, they have a very good squad. Compare it to India's current squad, even if we count KL Rahul and Sanju Samson and Shreyas Iyer, everyone, even the injured players, I would say Pakistan have Fakhar Zaman, Imam ul Haq, Babar Azam, Rizwan is there. Probably Sarfaraz Ahmed might also make the cut. I'm not sure. Harris, Rauf, Shaheen Shah Afridi, Nazim Shah, these are fabulous bowling lineup. In the spin department, they are pretty much just, I would say, a bit more over-reliant on Shadab Khan. But still, he's also a very wily customer. Talking about the batting lineup, if I just have to compare with India, I would still say India have always been a top-heavy and a batting-heavy side. They're still a little more dynamic, or probably a little more better than Pakistan. Although Pakistan have a lot of left-handers, India do not have. But still, I think in the batting, India might be just ahead of Pakistan. But in the bowling department, it has to be Pakistan who is right now ahead of India.
I think if you just come up to the fair point of comparison, Pakistan have a better squad. India also have a better squad, but just in a at a small age, comparing these two teams, I guess Pakistan already know what their playing 11 is. They have 6 slots, where they are not going to compromise. They know whom to play, whom not to play. And just in terms of the bench, they have Inshallah, Mohammad Wasim as well. So they know what exactly is their plan B as well. Just India also are looking for the plan B as well. But then we just hope that both India and Pakistan meet in the World Cup final as well. But just it might just be too early. India and Pakistan will be meeting on October 14. We have passed our opinion who has the better squad, but who do you think is going to win that battle on 14th of October?
14th of October, India.
Okay, you're backing India for that one.
Before we close, I have to ask the same question to you also. You're putting me on a spot every podcast. I need to ask the same.
I guess I will always have to be loyal with my country. I will also put up India as well. But again, I will ask this question one another day. But just a slight thought: are India going to make it to the final?
Honestly, at this point, I don't think so. But I really hope I'm wrong. But I think we should first, right now, just stick to the Asia Cup and then see what happens.
Okay. We will stick to the Asia Cup, ladies and gentlemen. And that was Aditya Sahay. And here we are, then this edition of WION Podcast. It's a wrap for now. Just make sure that you write into our Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram handles as well. And just make sure that you also write who has the better squad. Pass your opinion, and do make sure that you tune in to our podcast as well. For now, from me and the rest of the team, goodbye and thanks for joining.